We're in our mid to late 60s.
Yes.
Shabbat Shalom, page 128. How good and how pleasant it is for all of us to be together.
Manahim Sheverachim Gam Yachad Hine Matom Manahim Sheverachim Gam Yachad Hine Matom Manahim Sheverachim Sheverachim Gam Yachad
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm Rabbi Leah Berkowitz. This is our cantorial soloist, Rebecca Schwartz. We have Simon in the booth and Fran Sirkin directing our wonderful volunteer choir. And welcome to everyone here. Welcome to everybody watching us at home. And why don't we take a moment to turn to someone beside us, behind us, welcome each other, perhaps introduce ourselves if we don't know who's around us, and say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
I've had the privilege of participating in a clergy studio for the Jewish Studio Project, which is something I highly recommend their online programming. It's a lot of art, Jewish text and art, which is sort of the intersection of all the things I'm interested in. And as reflections, we've gotten to experience some really wonderful poetry, so I'm going to bring some of it to us on various Shabbatot. This one is from the Book of Hours by Rainer Maria Rilke. I live my life in widening circles that reach out across the world. I may not complete this last one, but I give myself to it. I circle around God, around the primordial tower. I've been circling for thousands of years, and I still don't know. Am I a falcon, a storm, or a great song?
So once again, we're going to stay on page 128 and go to the third song down for Yedid Nefesh. Ya-da-da, 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 ya-da-da.
We turn to page 121, and we invite Jeff Cohen and Ellen Friedman to light our Shabbat lights.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who've kindled light, so may we, in our day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu le'adlik shel Shabbat.
Thank you. Shabbat shalom. We turn to page 138 for Lecha Dodi.
We'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 8, and we rise in the last verse and we face the west.
Lecha Dodi likrat ha'ama, b'nei Shabbat likrat v'ela. Lecha Dodi likrat ha'ama, b'nei Shabbat likrat v'ela. Lecha Dodi likrat ha'ama, b'nei Shabbat likrat v'ela. Shamor v'zachor v'diburecha, Ishmi'anu Eloheinu, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, v'shem u'tiferet v'litehila. Lecha Dodi likrat ha'ama, b'nei Shabbat lekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat ha'ama, b'nei Shabbat lekavela. Likrat Shabbat lecho v'ne'elcha, ki lekor ha'beracha, me'erosh me'kedem ne'sucha, sof ma'aseh b'machashava tevila. Lecha Dodi likrat ha'ama, b'nei Shabbat lekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat ha'ama, b'nei Shabbat lekavela. Itoreri, itoreri, ki ba'orech u'mi'ori, uri, uri, shir ha'veri, kevod Adonai, Adonai yitziah, bo'hi v'shalom, ma'ateret ha'ala. Yam v'simcha, v'tzola, tov elonei, am sela, bo mikala, lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat lekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat lekavela.
Page 146, we remain standing for the Baruch Hu. Page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, bechokma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtsono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uven layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid imloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, You may be seated. Shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, v'lechtecha l'derech, v'shochbecha uv'kumecha, v'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha. Al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher Hosei'ti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem
Adonai Elohechem
Emet. Page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
version of Hashkivenu a few months ago, and I hope that you'll remember it because we were given permission by the composer, Jesse Holzer, to do a choral arrangement, which Fran did, and it's really beautiful. So we do hope you'll sing along in the melody, but also listen to the gorgeous harmony. And we go to page 162 for something a little more upbeat.
Visham Reuben Israel et Hashavat La'asot et Hashavat B'dorotam Berit Olam Visham Reuben Israel et Hashavat La'asot et Hashavat B'dorotam Berit Olam Beini, Ruvain, B'nai Israel, Oti, Le'olam. Visham Reuben Israel, et Hashabat, La'asot et Hashabat L'dorotam, Berit Olam. Visham Reuben Israel et Hashabat La'asot et Hashabat L'dorotam Berit Olam
Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim et haaretz.
et Hashabat La'asot et Hashabat L'dorotam Berit Olam Visham Reuben Israel et Hashabat La'asot et Hashabat
Hashvi Shabbat Vayinavash Shabbat Vayinavash Vishamru b'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam Berit olam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam Berit olam.
A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternity utters a day. Page 164, we rise in body and in spirit. may be seated. Page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. You are with us in our prayer, in our love and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, u'lecha na'eh lehodot. Shalom, ki atahu melech adon, lechol ha-shalom. Shalom, Shalom Yisrael, amcha tasim le'olam. Shalom Al Yisrael, tasim le'olam. V'tov be'einecha le'areh et amcha Yisrael b'chol edu v'chol shah b'shomecha. Please take a moment for silent prayer. We pause in the heart of our service to offer a prayer for those in our community who are ill. We are thinking of David Harrison, Barry Cohen, Joe Crinty, Rita Siegel, Stephen Witt, Jerry Klebanoff, Sylvia Fishbein, Ruth Cohen, Marjorie Backup, Angela Barry, Alex Denon, Eric Schwartz, Richard Oder, Matt Schaefer, Richard Barry Perlman, Paul Friedman, Chuck Katz, Lynn Katz, and Heather Miller. If there's a name you'd like to share now, please do.
Cheryl Blumenthal, Pat Rudden, and Judy Viscotti.
Debbie Madison, Hannah Brown.
Marvin Hunt Quinlan. Don Chofsky. Barry Serkin. Pat McHugh.
Lynn Anderson.
Merrill Germankin.
We hold all of these names in our hearts as we offer a prayer of healing on page 76 in your songbook. And just as we share life's difficulties, we also share life's joys. In a moment, we're going to do our May birthday and anniversary blessings, but does anyone have a joy to share outside of our birthday and anniversary blessings? Someone visiting? Any mazel tovs? No joy is too small. Yes, Victor. It's your granddaughter's birthday tomorrow. Ad mea vestrim, 120 years worth of joy. Yesterday I celebrated 15 years since my ordination, which was very exciting.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
I have a joy.
Yes.
So the song that we sang, the Hashkivenu, was very difficult for the choir, and they did it,
Yay!
and I'm thrilled.
Well, and I am
So
actually,
proud of them.
I'm actually glad you brought it up because I didn't want to say it in the middle of the service, but that arrangement is gorgeous. So kol hakavod to you. It was really just added so many new layers
Worked
to it.
hard on it. I'm so proud of them.
Yes, and so the arrangement is beautiful, the singing of it was beautiful, so it's just, yeah, it was gorgeous. All right. Anything else? Or shall we do, what?
I said I survived another.
Survived another week of school. That's really all we can ask for. All right. So we are going to do our May birthday and anniversary blessings. I finally remembered to bring the extra talit, because this was in my house during the entire pandemic, because this was my home talit. So I hope I'm not jinxing anything by bringing it back to the synagogue. Anyway, so we need 2 people, either tall people or people with long arms whose birthdays and anniversaries are not in May. And then if you have a birthday or anniversary in the month of May, and I know a lot of you do because I saw the list, please come up for a blessing. Are you going to be the tall people? Or is it your birthday? Is it just Jeff? Yeah, it's in my office.
I don't know whether I can fit him in there.
Oh, Bill forgot his anniversary. I'm teasing. I'm sorry. Janine, he didn't forget. He popped up right away. All right. Does anybody have any words of wisdom or want to share the number?
Well, if it's your anniversary, communication's key, and communication, 2 C's, communication, compromise.
Yes, we want to hear, and we want to hear your wisdom as well. Do you have wisdom to share?
I'd rather go after Jeff.
Okay.
I only can share a number,
Okay.
65.
Yay!
Welcome
Admei
to the
V'esrim.
Medicare generation.
Yes. Yes.
Been there.
All right. Well, let's offer you a blessing. God of days and years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessings of life and for all that enriches our days. On this Shabbat, we are grateful to share in the happiness of our family and friends who are celebrating another year of life and love. Be with them now and always and bring them joy. May they be blessed with health and happiness. May they find strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. We are grateful for the gifts that each of them brings to the community. And we pray that each day brings them an abundance of blessing. May we have the joy of coming together for many more years and for many more sacred celebrations, united by mutual reverence and love. Baruch atah Adonai mevarech hashanim. Blessed are you, God, who blesses the years. And let us say, Amen. Amen. Now please join us in the Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Well, Mazal Tov, Admei V'esrim, many more years of happiness and good health for you and your loved ones. And thank you to our chuppah holders. Thank All right. We are going to hear from about one of our new social justice projects at the end of the service. Right here, we're going to continue with Aleinu on page 586, and we rise in body and in spirit. When all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye, when may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service, then shall your realm be established on earth and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Seated. There are stars up above so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with the people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. This week, we mourn the recent passings of Louise Gratz, friend of Merle Salkin, Wendy Stacey, friend of Michael Levin, and Theodora Johnson, sister-in-law of Sherry Johnson. We are also observing the yahrzeit of Helen Schetzer August, grandmother of Andrew August, Ann Berkowitz, grandmother of Rabbi Leah Berkowitz, Zvi Bernhard, cousin of Rachel Ezekiel Fishbein, Rebecca Dickstein, grandmother of Sarah Reiter, Howard Elner, father of Stephen Elner, Samuel Epstein, grandfather of David and Bill Hyman, Susan Katz, sister of Jeffrey Abrams, Joan Lois Leiner, mother of Mindy Levy, Al Rotman, uncle of Ellen Horowitz-Matz, Robert Schoen, beloved member of our congregation, Kay Schwartz, cousin of Joel Schwartz, Milton Silver, grandfather of Jennifer Starles, Celia Silverman, mother-in-law of Janice Silverman, and Stephanie Steinbrecher, and of Barry Steinbrecher. If there's a name you'd like to add to this list, please do so now.
Ira Feldman.
Dr. John Moser. Gordon Lightfoot.
Dr. Harold Rashid.
The Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 598. We rise in body and in spirit. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divarach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chaye chon v'yomei chon, v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, b'gala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudesha brichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'marmav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say, amen. We turn to page 123 for our Shabbat Kiddush.
Baruch Adonai Elohim melech haolam, borei peri hakafel. Baruch Adonai Elohim melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kosho v'ahava u'ratzon inhivanu. Zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tefilah l'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta v'tanu kidashta Shabbat koshercha ve'ava u'rasa inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tehavon.
So just one thing that we're celebrating this weekend is that Sam Elner is becoming bar mitzvah tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We hope that you will join us either in person or online to celebrate this milestone. We have a chai tea coming up on May 18th at 10 a.m. Please RSVP so we know if we have a critical mass. Other big events coming up. Our Shavuot/confirmation celebration is on Thursday, May 25th at 7 p.m. So something else to look forward to support our young people. And at the end of the service, after our benediction, we're going to hear from Jen Mosher from Champions for Cheltenham. And what shall we sing as a closing song?
So let's go to the bottom of page 176.
Baruch atem b'fo'echem, Baruch atem b'tzeitchem. Blessed were you when you came into the house of God. Blessed may you be as you go forth. God, we are grateful for these beautiful melodies and these richly layered harmonies. May they echo throughout our week and bring us joy and help us to live a good life in the coming week and help others. And let us say, Amen. Amen. So let's see a show of hands. Who had a had a child or currently has a child in the Cheltenham School District? Excellent. Did anyone actually attend Cheltenham as a student? Oh,
We
excellent.
were in the same class.
That's wonderful. 10 years ago, yes.
10 years ago, yes.
So we have a wonderful opportunity this evening. Jen is it Mosher or Moser? Mosher. Jen Mosher is coming to speak to us from Champions for Cheltenham to tell us about a wonderful opportunity that we, and also KI and Cantor Amy Levy is here. We are, and you made it by the end of the service. I really didn't think that was going to happen. You must be a really fast schmoozer. Skipped the oneg. So we're really excited not only for this opportunity, but for this partnership. And I just wanted to let you know that Ellen Friedman is going to be our liaison for this project, and Shelley Chamberlain's also helping out as one of our social action chairs. So Jen Mosher, welcome.
I'm inviting Cantor Levy up with me.
Oh, yes. Make sure you use the microphone.
Okay. All right. Hello. I'm Jen Mosher. I am a school social worker with Cheltenham School District. There are 2 of us in the district, so my children are kindergarten, all the kindergarten through 6th graders. So I have the 5 elementary, including Elkins Park, the upper elementary building, and then my colleague is the official social worker for the Cedarbrook Middle School and Cheltenham High School. So I came just to maybe share a couple stories of some of the families that have been helped by this group, this social justice group that has started. And Cantor Levy, I thought, might want to explain how it all started, since it's because of her. And like the rabbi said, Shelley and Ellen are also on this group that we have, so they can also give more information to you after we explain the group. Okay. It's called Champions for Cheltenham.
Do you want me to give a little history first?
That would be great.
All right. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for letting me be a part of your community, your Shabbat celebration this evening. It was the choir. You sound so beautiful, and I'm just so happy to be here with all of you. So Champions for Cheltenham. So how this began was that originally KI had tutors within the Lowell Elementary School system. And it was something that we really enjoyed doing and reaching out. And throughout the pandemic, it became clear that it was really hard to be there, to get inside. And what it took really was to have an amazing social worker. So there was a social worker there we worked with, but once we realized that that's really the key into a public school is a social worker, it's teachers, it's not just the community willing to help out, it really needs the staff of that school. So over the pandemic, it became really clear, especially around food, that our own community really needed support. And, you know, it was at that time, like, lunches weren't being served, and, you know, we really wanted to run a fundraiser to help, and that's really when Jen and I connected. We ran a fundraiser, and the community really rallied. I mean, it was your community, our community, I mean, it was everybody. I don't know if you remember that. I ran it on Facebook, and we raised thousands of dollars and probably thousands of awareness, you know, just awareness about the need within our own community. And meanwhile, while we were working on that, we also transferred our tutoring program to Cheltenham, mostly because, you know, we have a lot of amazing tutors, and I thought it would be great to have them right here in our own community, as I had 2 children in the Cheltenham School District, and I can only imagine what an impact that would make if some of our folks would be able to make a difference and mentor some of the kids, especially in the, you know, elementary, and 5th and 6th grade is always a tough one. And then to think, you know, what is the power of faith-based organizations working together within a public school? Could we possibly bond together and band together with churches and synagogues and all of us that have children, especially in the Cheltenham School District, And so I work with Margie Curtis Cohen and Debbie Zlotnick. They're two of our congregants, and they work together with me. And we, over a year ago, we met with Shelley, and we met with Margie at Beth Shalom, and as well we met with Carol Copeland from Calvary Church. And we're expanding, and everybody now has tutors that they're sending to Cheltenham. And most importantly, we want to be a group that's a resource to the community. So whatever it is that, Jen's going to tell us some stories in a little bit, but certainly it's individual needs that we have within our own community, and we would never know about them. We would never know how to help if it wasn't for Jen willing to work with us. I mean, she works tirelessly. I don't even think you probably don't take a day off, because if she hears about somebody in need, she is right there. I mean, just to give you an example, there was somebody in need of a specific, bed or whatever it was. She lets us know, and and we can make that happen. And now, getting to work with all of you, and with with Calvary and with Beth Shalom, I mean, it's just going to be incredible. And I'm so thankful for this opportunity to give to our community, and to also prove is a good word, that faith-based organizations can make a difference that maybe federal funding and things like that can't. And we're just able to skip. We're able to skip right past that finish line, and we're able to be the champions that we need to be for our community. So again, thank you so much for being our partners, for willing to, to dig right into this vision that we have for Champions for Cheltenham. So Jen, thank you so much as well.
Thank you, Amy. I just put Amy on the spot because I thought that she would be the best person to describe the group, but
Hopefully it makes sense.
It definitely is community helping community, and I just hear about the needs because that's what we do, and it's very frustrating when I can't help a family, and I used to not be able to help families as much as I would have liked to. I could refer them to community resources, help them with applications to apply for community resources, maybe argue and apply for different kinds of funding, but like Amy said, the red tape, and it wasn't giving the help to the families that needed that help immediately. So I just wanted to share a couple examples, if that's okay. One of the families that if the group Champions for Cheltenham didn't exist, this one family that has a 4-month-old baby, a 3-year-old toddler, a 1st grade girl, and a 5th grade girl, who don't have any income right now. So they're borrowing money for their rent. They're borrowing money for food because they're fearful of applying for public benefits because they're still waiting on their status to be official. They were had come by way of out of state and had like an emergency insurance card that was given to the family just for a short time while they were staying there. Then they moved and found an apartment here in our school district. If Champions for Cheltenham wasn't here, what we found out was the mom had delivered her baby. In labor, she took the train to Brooklyn to deliver her baby because that's where she knew she had gotten medical care, and that's where she had an insurance card. She wasn't quite ready to deliver, so they told her to go home. Luckily, someone nice enough let her stay in the waiting room. Her husband was back here with the 3 children, so she was alone in the waiting room. She did deliver and had a healthy baby and somehow made it back to their apartment with the baby. We learned that she was still going to Brooklyn for the follow-up appointments, just because that's what they know, and they didn't know there was any other support. So when I learned about that, I connected her to the Visiting Nurse Association Children's Health Center, and we made sure they got there. But I wouldn't have been able to convince them that it was okay to do the appointment, that we could afford it, because they didn't have any money for, it's a low cost when you're not insured or underinsured. So just the money, the $150 for the physical for the 4-month baby and the 3-year-old, because she hadn't had any medical care in a year. And then it added up to be $150 for the vaccines. The 3-year-old had to have 6 vaccines that day. So she wasn't too happy with me afterwards that I was that I used to be the lady that would bring her books that I had gotten from Champions for Cheltenham. But then I was the lady that, introduced her parents to the doctor. But they would have continued going to New York, and I couldn't blame them, because unless we made it so easy where we convinced them it was okay to go, I scheduled the appointment for them. Like, they basically couldn't say no then. And we had the money there for them. So that was just one example of they can't apply for the benefits necessarily. It doesn't mean we're not going to stop pursuing that. But that was one family that was really grateful. They're afraid to ask for help. So now that they have that connection, I can quickly send an email out to the group. And that's what's been so great, is just a quick, does anybody know anyone that has a mattress, a futon, baby products. Another KI member had donated a play yard for another family that has a 2-year-old, and she just had a new baby. We were able to set her up with Abington Hospital to deliver under charity care. Book bags, we've delivered furniture from the group. So it's the gift cards has been huge, just the groceries, so the food insecurity is just a huge problem. And in the past, maybe we would get a random donation of a gift card. I would know all the food pantries in the area. We would pick up food for families at the pantries, but we didn't have the easy access of the Champions for Cheltenham group trusting us as the social workers to know that this family is really in need, and having the gift cards to ShopRite or Target or Walmart on hand to be able to provide to them. And that's opened the door for a lot of families that we can then get our way in. We gave them some gift cards, and now we can help them with their attendance, truancy issues, connect them to counseling in the community, other things. So it's just been very helpful, and I appreciate everyone that's part of the group, and hopefully some more of you will join.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
If you could just tell Cheltenham, everybody, people can think of as an affluent community.
Yeah.
How many families in our school district are using in politic work, are homeless?
We have right now, that's what myself and the other social worker do. We officially qualify someone as homeless. So there's many that we're missing that we don't know. A lot of families are doubled up with relatives and friends because they lost housing, not just their choice. So I have 65 families that I identified this school year, and I feel like that's an underestimate of how many people are squeezing in with relatives. A couple families are in shelters or rooming houses. Other families have experienced fires, or when it was really cold in January, pipes burst, and so some families are going through year-long process with their insurance and are up in a hotel, but other families are having maybe 3 evictions. And just trying to get their own apartment, but now they can't get an apartment. So then that's the situation too, finding private landlords that would give them a lease, and then it's not always the nicest housing. And so, it's about 65. Mm-hmm.
Limits are outrageous.
Another question, or something to think about. During the school year, the public schools provide kids with breakfast and lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then the school year ends.
That's the next dream.
Yeah, am I setting you up?
No.
And then the school year ends. I know that I worked on one of the committees at KI. With the Catholic Charities, we distributed lunches. People came and we gave them 5 lunches. And so you have to think in terms of what what do these families do when it's not school time?
It really means so much to us that you understand and you believe, and your rabbi, was very supportive of this. We do have more dreams. We have a vision that, this will be, Champions for Cheltenham will be advocates, that we will help fill out forms. We will help, whatever it is. We'll help with college application. Like we're gonna get there. And I truly believe our partnership is it's what's really going to push it forward, and I'm just so thankful for that. Just so you understand how we did it financially was we had a fund called Sharing. We do have a fund called Sharing is Caring, and about a year ago we decided that it was initially for helping the community, and we decided about a year ago that we were going to change the purpose of it more specifically for Champions for Cheltenham. So that's where people know of Sharing is Caring. It's definitely going to help the community, but and I'm sure here at Colomie you have something like that as well. But just so you know, like it's a turnaround fund, and that's what's been helping make this happen for us.
And even if it's not the monetary donations,
Right, yeah.
for the gift cards, or just the connection, like when Champions for Cheltenham was able to turn around like in a day to give me the check for the Visiting Nurse Association, then I just loved how the group said, well, this baby's going to have a follow-up appointment in 2 months. How can we help further sponsor this family? Who do we know that's already in the medical field or retired and could help advocate or sponsor this family? So it's also the people or they said, does anyone know of a job that this father could get? So it's that connection and growing our email listserv, because everyone has something they can offer.
Right. It's
dropping off things to me, like,
Yeah.
oh, we have these children's books from
Right.
the library sale that didn't sell. Can you find a home? I have these clothes from my granddaughter that are in really good shape. So it's kind of a constant flow
Yeah.
of me matching it to who's in need.
Questions? To put the word out, because
Yeah.
we're competing with the Sixers game tonight, so.
Oh.
Don't forget the funnies.
Right, but the Sixers, it's a hot thing tonight. There are a lot of teachers in our community, and retired teachers who might still have the strength to do some tutoring.
Right, the tutoring, people have, the KI folks that do it, and there's other community folks that do it, absolutely love it. They're having such a great time, and and what's kind of cool is that a lot of our kids are part of the school, so they'll say, "Oh, now I see you at KI and at school," so that's been really great too. Yeah.
How do you sign up? How do you get involved? Is there a website?
Well,
You
I
can
think
reach out
Ellen
to
is
me.
our.
I think you know where
It's
she is.
not necessarily a question just for me.
Yeah.
No, it's just, I'm the liaison from Colomie.
Yes.
So you can just send me whatever information you have, and I'll get it to
Yeah,
Jen.
and we have a specific congregant that runs the tutoring program. This is not a clergy-led. I just help make sure, whatever it is what kind of support needs to be done. This is really a congregant-led organization. So, it's very exciting. Toby Grubman is the lead. Some of you probably know her on our tutoring program. Yeah.
Jen, maybe you can just, following up on Jeff, explain sort of the process of like, you need something, you reach out, we get it to you, it goes to the family. I think that's the way it works, I'm not sure, but just to explain.
Well, right now,
Yeah.
it's just a little.
Yeah, right now, we've only had one in-person and Zoom meeting. We have an upcoming meeting in the next couple of weeks, but usually it's our ongoing email. And Shelley and Ellen are on our email that has a representative from each faith-based group. And it's just, hey, Jen, I have this item. Do you know anyone that needs it? And then I say yes or no.
And it's been working.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's quick, you know.
Yeah. And same thing. I say, hey, I have this family that needs this or that. Is there any way that you can help? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
you.
for having me too.
Thank you.
Thank you for running over the service. Oh. I am caught on the microphone. 1 second. I just want to say thank you and Shabbat Shalom. And Kendra Levy mentioned, faith-based organizations and cutting through the federal red tape. So I encourage everybody to really get involved and contact Ellen. And the Religious Action Center is advocating to get more people like Jen Mosier into our public schools. So especially because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I believe there is an action item where you can contact our senators and representatives to ask them to vote on a bill where there would be more federal funding for mental health professionals in our schools, which is desperately, desperately needed, because I'm sure there is just quite a lot on your shoulders and that you'd love to have some help. So those things are all, it's a both and situation. We want to make sure that we're doing all of those things. And Shabbat Shalom, it's really wonderful to have everybody here, and please join us for some oneg.
And also, it's Jen's anniversary, and she's here with
Oh,
us.
happy anniversary. We should have put you under the chuppah. And please thank your spouse for us.